Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. Today I'm talking about all the makeup I'm currently using slash makeup that's in projects. So even if I don't use it every single day, I am currently using it. They're in my rotation of my products or projects. Also, if you can hear, my dog is in my room today. So if you hear her making noises, that's her making noises. I will make sure to let you know if I am wearing it currently on the face or not today. Like I said, some things I'm not using every day. Like I have a bunch of eyeshadows in here because I'm project panning a bunch of eyeshadows, but I'm not using every single eyeshadow every single day. So yeah. Okay, so let's get started. And the first thing is gonna be primer. So currently I'm actually using this Mallee Perfect Prep Poreless Primer. Lots of P's. We love the alliteration. And it's okay. I'm about like right here with it. This was one that I took off my mom whenever I had half my makeup here during quarantine, and then the other half, like the rest of my makeup really, up in San Francisco where I was living at the time. And now everything is back together, so I do have primers, but yeah, at the time I had run out of primers, so I took this off her, and it's okay. I don't necessarily think that it's like a poreless primer. I guess it is silicone-y, but not my fave for sure. Okay, so the next thing, and I am using that today. I forgot to say, I've been using it for a while. It's like a huge bottle, oh my gosh. The next thing I have is this Erborian, sorry. I think this is the first time I've ever actually pronounced it. CC cream. It's a Korean skin therapy, and it has, I think it has big SPF. Oh, well, I guess only 25% 25 sunscreen SPF, and it's in Claire. This is the lightest shade. It is a little bit, it does oxidize a bit, and it comes out, so it comes out white like that, but it has like, it's one of those things that has the beads on it. So it rubs and it has a little bit of a tint. I think you can possibly see a little bit of it. Not my fave, mainly because right now, oh, am I struggling with the acne? I mean, you can see some like peeking through, you know, basically since the pandemic. First it started from like the stress of everything, and then now I think it's continuing because of the having to wear the masks. So it's a struggle, but we're gonna work through it. We're trying to use makeup that's like gonna, you know, work for us. And then I have my It Cosmetics CC Oil Free Matte. This has 40 SPF and it is in Fair. And I have this and I'm mixing it with this Fenty foundation. So this one, I have loved this forever and ever and ever. The coverage is a little too light. I can build it up, but it's too dark for me. It's like, you can totally tell now because I'm not able to be outside as much, you know, just walking from, I don't know, from place to place, because I'm really just staying home as much as I can, unless, you know, I have a job or whatever. But usually I'm inside. And normally I was going to school out every single day, just like, you know, walking from buses and stuff like that. So anyways, yes, it's too dark right now. It's officially too dark. Before it was like definitely a little too dark, but I was like kind of able to get away with it. Now, absolutely not. And I think because I have to build up the coverage a bit more, which like I said, you can, which is good. It's even more apparent. So I've been mixing it with this the Fenty Beauty. It is the Pro Filter, and it's in shade 100 Soft Matte Foundation. And this is really, really liquidy. I have not used this on its own yet. Actually, this is, I think, a shade too dark, but I don't mind, or I mean, too light. I don't mind it being too light because I feel like with bronzer and all the other powders that you put on, I feel like it does deepen it out anyway. So I'm like, whatever. By the time I put my colored products on. So yeah, I just feel like it's more manageable to have it too light, at least for me. So yeah, but mixing them together seems to work. Also for my concealer, my Makeup Forever, this is so trusty. I've repurchased this 5 or 6 times probably, and it's in shade 11. Makeup Forever Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. I still said it, but it is my perfect concealer. I absolutely love it. Use it under the eyes. I do try to add a little coverage on my spots because I have so many right now. And then what I use to set all over is this Fenty powder, and it is in butter, and I really, really like this powder. I was using the lavender powder actually to set all over, and I was liking that as well. But again, when I was using the lavender powder, it was whenever I was just using It Cosmetics. So, and because this was a little bit darker, I did think that it helped lighten it a little bit. And I don't think that this necessarily darkens my foundation, but it definitely doesn't lighten it. So yeah. Also for touch-ups, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Airless Flawless Finish. Oh my gosh, literally all these alliterations are gonna kill me. Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. That wasn't even alliteration. I was still, you know, jumbling over my words. And it's in Fair One, or One Fair. And yeah, just using that. I use that just like whenever I need to touch up because it's easy to use. And then for setting under my eyes, I was using another shade, but I actually ended up using it up. But right now I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I just started using it this week, so there's not a ton, and I'm just using this shade right here. I don't support the Kat Von D. I know they're KVD Beauty now, but yeah, just I got it before I knew about the controversies. So that's what I've been using for setting under my eyes. And then what I had been using was this highlight and contour palette by IBY Beauty, and I was using, I was using one, or highlight two, use that up. That one was actually like the perfect banana powder. This one was not quite like as yellow, but I was using this. It was still working really, really well. Highlight one, just finished it up. Highlight 3 was totally not working. I was just using it as like setting my eyeshadow, so it was way too dark, but that's okay, we used it. But right now I'm using contour 1 to contour, and I just do it right here. Sometimes I get up around there for like what's left on the brush. Next I have my Toothpaste Sweet Tea bronzer. This is in my Project 50 pan, and I have lots of pan right there. This will be around for quite a while, but this is what I'm using as my bronzer all the way around here. I try to get a little under the jawline, and yeah, I'm liking it. And then we have my Hourglass Palettes. This is, yeah, I mean, this just has a bunch of powders in it, but look, a lot of them are gone because Project 50 pan. So what I'm using, oh, also, man, I completely forgot about this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have the It Girl It Beauty book. I have been using this underneath. So I do all my foundations, all my cream stuff before I set. I use this on my cheekbones, and this is their Inner Lights. I also use this Fairy Tale as my, like, just a little bit of it. It's like, it's technically, I think, a lipstick, but I've been using it as a cream blush with a duo fiber brush, and I've been using it as blush. Yeah, so then I go ahead and I set everything, and then I go ahead and do, again, I mean, this is like too many steps, I feel like, but whatever. This is kind of my blush. It doesn't really like give off a big pigment, but there you go. And then I also use the Vintage by Jessica Liebenskind. It's like a highlighter, but it's too dark for me, so I use it as a blush. I'm gonna kind of show it to you. Again, this is in my Project 50 pan because it is, I've been smashing up the pieces, trying to use it kind of like as a loose, in a loose way. And then back to my Hourglass for highlighter. I use that as my highlighter. And then for eyebrows, I use, again, too many things, Life of a Project Manor. So I have the Winky Lux. This is, I mean, everything's worn off. This was definitely gotten in a BoxyCharm, I believe, and I got this from my mom because I actually already used it up. I think this was a Universal taupe something, but it's one of those like brow definer from Anastasia Beverly Hills, like that shape, that teardrop shape, or triangle shape. So yeah, it's decent, whatever. I don't know, not much of like anything to say about it. And then I've been using this Brow Gal. I've been using this for a really long time. Brow Gal by Tonya Crooks, and I use these shades. I mix these both together because this one's too dark, that one's too warm. Mix them together, there we go. Eventually, hopefully I'll get to just using that one up. But that'll be probably a while. Also on my brows, I use the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus, I don't know, and it is in the shade, I don't know what shade it is. Maybe this is once again a Universal, but I also feel, shade 1, I guess, maybe. So yeah, this is the first time of using it, and I actually really like it. I also, for my eyeshadow primer, I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And then, so I guess, let's see. Oh, let me also mention, so I'm pretty sure everything, I realize now that I didn't really tell you what I was currently using, what I wasn't currently using. I'm pretty sure I was using that's pretty much everything that I use on the daily, and especially right now. But aside from the Euborian, I definitely didn't wear that today. So for blush also, because of my project pan, I am trying to hit pan and everything in this. So I have this Tarte Color Wheel Amazonian Clay blush palette. It's a blush and highlight palette, and the one that I'm trying to hit pan on is this one, and that is their blush in concept. So every now and then I also use that one. Okay, and then for eyeshadows that I'm currently using today is I have this MAC shade right here, and it is a camel color. I don't know what the name of it is called. I've been notoriously calling it camel on my Project 50 pan project in those videos. So this is that, and I use this to set my eyeshadow primer like in the crease, and because it's pretty warm, if the look calls for a warm transition, then I will definitely try to build the color up a little bit more. If not, I'm just like lightly putting it on just to allow for a smooth transition. And then I also have been using this IBY Beauty little like trio. I took the sticker off, I don't know why, a few years ago, and yeah, so I'm using this as my crease shade. No pan in it yet, but this is in my Pan That palette. It again turned into Pan Those palettes. For my Pan That palette that was officially started, I don't know, it's been the one the longest, but for my lid shade, it's this one. This is a MAC Quad, MAC Quad, and this is in Creole Beauty, and there we go, that's on my lid shade. I use it wet using MAC Fix Plus. And then for my brow bone highlight, I'm using this Almay. It's a trio, but one shade is completely gone, used up, and this is Intense Eye Color in Everyday Neutrals. Sorry, it's like scratched off because I've just used it so much from handling, but this is my brow bone highlight, just the shade right here. And then to deepen out the outer corner, just like right here, and then for lower lash line, I use that deep shade as well. Again, that is something that is in my Pan That, Pan Those palettes. Anyone else getting tired? I'm already getting tired. For my inner corner highlight, I'm using this shade from MAC. It is called Flip, and I use it on a wet brush. I think it would have great pigment payoff if it wasn't as old as it is, but that quad is a bit older, so I do use a wet brush on it. And then I top it off with my Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. This highlighter is Rodeo Drive, and normally Rodeo Drive has that pinwheel effect, and this is it crushed up all together and mixed together. Some shades were used up in it. There were a lot of like pans hit within the individual shades, and some used up more than others, so it's not a complete like all of it together completely with their formulation. So yeah, if that makes sense, kind of a custom color, I guess. But I also top it off just on the inner corner highlight, just like at the very tip, because I feel like this, it does like lighten things up, but it doesn't give that pop that I really want on the inner corner. So I do that. And also, one of you all told me to try and like tab for highlighters that are really pigmented, which is fairly pigmented now that it's repressed, just to tap it right on the center of your eyelid to create kind of like a halo eye, which I have done. I also bring it in just a little bit, but I have been loving that look so much. That is my eyeshadow look. However, let's also talk about the other eyeshadows that I have in my projects. So I'm also trying to pan this Hit Pan and Everything, and this is Real Her 3 eyeshadow palette. I feel beautiful eyeshadow palette. I have 3 pans in it right now. 1, 2, and 3, trying to hit a pan right here, but eventually I would like to have a pan in every single one of these pans, or hit pan in every single one of these pans, so 9 pans in here. So that is one that I'm working on. I'm also working on my Naked by Urban Decay, just trying to use it 5 times, and I will be using it 5 times once this shade is used up, or I hit pan on this shade. Next, I also have this to be used 5 times, and this is a MAC pigment, the Blue Brown, the famous Blue Brown pigment. And yeah, I'm supposed to use this 5 times because my Fall For You project pan ended. Woo! nice and celebratory. So yeah, but I'm currently trying to use this as much as I can in the month of November to really try and get some usage out of it because I want it done out of the end of the year. So bad, so bad. So eventually I will use this 5 times. I also have, geez, so long. I also have this MAC pigment in my Project 50 pan. This is very close, if you can tell, to this shade right here. So this is currently in my Project 50 pan. However, I am not using it until this is done. And then also in my pan and everything, I have a Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Partridge. And I'm just trying to hit pan in it. I have minimal usage. And there we go. It's going to be in here for a minute to hit pan on it. Whew, that was all the eyeshadows. Geez, there's just so many, which is good, but kind of good, I guess. I don't know. I definitely now can see why I get so, like, flustered, like, trying to explain things to you all, because it is complicated. I have a system, but it's a complicated system, and, like, trying to convey it is interesting. So, yeah, that's that. Anyways, so I have also some eyeliners here that I'm using. 2 of these are in my Project 50 pan. One of these is just something that I use every day. And this is the Makeup Forever eyeliner. I'm using this on my top lash line today. It's a blue eyeliner. It's pretty good. It was a mini size. And then I also have this Vintage by Jessica Liebenskind black eyeliner. This is very creamy. I really like it a lot. Again, just use it on my top lash line. And then what I use for my waterline, is a white eyeliner, and it's from Lancome. I've had it a while, but there we go. Okay, so for mascaras, I'm actually currently using 3 mascaras. 3 mascaras, that's too many mascaras, but you'll see why. So I was using this mascara. It had something else, had another mascara. It was like a double-sided mascara, and this one is for the small side. It broke. The glue came loose, so whatever, but actually it was really good because the other side was like dying, and this side still has plenty going on, and I don't remember for the life of me. I think it was like Lash Star Lash, possibly. So I use this as my bottom mascara because it's just such a little brush. I mean, it's kind of perfect. So yep, still kicking, still using that. I've also have my Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. It's a little sample. And this is what I put on first for my first coat. And I mean, it's decent, but because this is like such a thin, I mean, look, this is such a thin tube, and look how big the brush is. The brush is literally the size of the tube. So it's good, but there's just not that much product in here, I don't think, or at least the product in here it's really hard to coat the brush at the very least with this product. So yeah, I use this in the beginning. It does a good base for it, but I can't really find a way to like build it very well, and I think it's just the sample size. So what I've been using is this Bad Gal Bang from Benefit, and this is really good. This actually has almost the opposite problem and this is like one of those silicone brushes where it has a ton of product on the brush and it's a little hard to use. So not use, it's just a lot comes on the brush, so you do have to be a little careful, but not bad, especially definitely gonna last a while. I mean, as long as it's safe to use, I guess. So that's mascara. So lips, the last thing are lips. So what I have been using on the daily, because this is my Project 50 pan, is this Lancome, right? No, this is Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder lipstick, and it is in Sugar Honey? Yeah, Sugar Honey Shimmer, and this is all I have left. So I have that as a lipstick on my lips, and then I go ahead and line outside with this Lord & Berry lip liner, and it is a nice brown lip liner, warm tone brown. And then I have currently trying to use up this Lip Maximizer by Christian Dior lip gloss. So little left in there. It'll be done by this month. So that's what I'm using. I also have in my 5 uses, once this, or really any of these, but this is definitely going to be the next one used up. Once that's done, I'm going to try and use this 5 times, which is a Nars lipstick in Jungle Red. Because 'tis the season, you know what I mean? Even if it's only when I'm in the house that I can wear this, because, you know, masks. So that's fine. Oh, and then MAC Fix Plus is what I use to wet my brushes and set my face. And that is everything in my project pans. and makeup that I'm currently using, and there is so much, and yet I'm still trying to look for more projects. So yeah, there's gonna be more coming. I'm excited because I have a couple projects that I want to introduce in the beginning of the year. Obviously, like, it's just like fun to play with makeup, and also really fun to finish it. So at least in my opinion. Anyways, thank you so much. Let me know if you've had any experience with any of these products. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that. And let me know how your project pans are going. Let me know if you think this is excessive, because as I'm talking about this, I'm like, this is excessive. I'm using too many products. No wonder I can't finish anything. But it's fine. I also really like it, so it's good. But anyways, thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.